What's up, y'all? It's your girl Bree checking in, and I'm back with another video. So, y'all, I know. Well, no, y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. But it's been a minute since I recorded a video. Since I recorded a recent video. All them other videos that I've been putting out lately are pre-recorded videos. But that's beside the point. It's not important. This is what I'm finna tell y'all. You could probably already tell by the title of this video. Whatever I decide to title this video. But if not, listen. I have had the opportunity to meet and or see and or come across so many celebrities. And that's more than what some people can say. And I'm not saying that to try to be cocky or try to brag. I'm just happy that I had the chance to do that. But now some celebrities that I saw were back when I was in Jacksonville and I went to what they call the Black Expo, and that's like a lot of different celebrities be there. But like I met Bobby Jones from Bobby Jones Gospel. I met one of the other guys off of Disney Channel. I don't remember his name. If I can find a picture or something, or if I can find the paper that I had with his autograph on it, then I would definitely put that into this video. And there was a few other celebrities too, and I had got their autograph on a poster with their picture on it. But I don't even know if I still have the poster. But if not, sorry, if I can find it, I'll plug it in. But anyways, now I've had a lot of different jobs, okay? I've had a lot of different jobs, and a couple of those jobs have been me working at theme parks. I'm not going to tell you which theme parks. I'm not going to tell you which theme parks I saw these celebrities at, but I'm just going to say I've worked at theme parks before, and I've had the opportunity to see quite a bit of celebrities. Now, I took the time to actually make a list of celebrities that I've had the chance to see. Now, this list could possibly be missing some celebrities, okay? Now, because I don't completely remember everybody, this has been over the course of, 4 years? If not more. So, this list could be a little short. But, let me slide over so I'll be able to like insert the pictures a little bit. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through my list and I'm gonna insert my pictures so that you know who I'm talking about in case you don't know them by name. So it's gonna be a quick little video, but we're gonna run through this. And if it's the story on how I met them or how I came across them, I'll let you know. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. So number one, and this is not in order. That's another thing. This list is not in order from when I met them and all this stuff. This is just off the top of my head when I was going through people and trying to think of everybody that I've seen. This is just how I came across them. If you hear something in the back, that's just them cutting grass. Okay, we just gonna have to try to work through that. But anyways, so Ariana Grande. I met her. I didn't like meet her. I just came across her, or better yet, she came across me because I was working at a theme park and it was her and another group of girls that came in, and it was dark. It was late for the event that was going on. And I remember seeing a group come up and they had like these light up headbands on. And I didn't pay attention to none of their faces. And one of the people that I work with came up to me and they were like,
"Hey, did you see Ariana Grande?"
And I was like, "No, where was she?" And they was
like, "She just walked past you. Like, you just got her in the park."
And I was like, "What?" Like, y'all, I didn't pay no attention. I didn't even notice it was her. It was dark. I didn't want to be there. I was tired. I was ready to go home. I didn't even notice it. But I saw Ariana Grande. Well, kinda, not really. But the next one is Rihanna. Now, Rihanna was a different story. She was at a different theme park. And she came to get on a ride. And it was her and another group of people. And I was in a position at work where I had to, like, if the ride stopped, I had to, like, clear everybody off before we could start the ride back up. And the ride stopped. And I was clearing everybody off so we could start the ride back up. But before we started it back up, I told her that she could come and have a seat. And she was like, nah, I'm gonna wait until they completely gone. And I was like, okay. So I walked everybody off the belt, and then she came and she got on. So it was real cool. It was real brief, but it was real cool. She looks exactly how she do on TV or in a video in real life. Like, it was cool. Brief, but cool. Somebody else I didn't meet, but I saw is Joe Biden. The vice president, or old vice president, whatever, Joe Biden. This might be hard for y'all to believe, but I swear on everything I love, y'all, I'm not making none of this up. These are celebrities that I've actually had the chance to see in person, up close and personal. So Joe Biden, the same ride that I met Rihanna on, completely different day, y'all. Completely different day, completely different time of year, but same ride. So Joe Biden, we running the ride like usual, and then I noticed that they started having people exit a different way. And I looked at somebody that I work with, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why do they have them leaving that way instead of just leaving the regular way? And they was like,
I don't know exactly what's going on, but somebody's coming. But they didn't tell us who it is.
I'm like, okay. So I just kept going by my day. And then all of a sudden, this big group of people comes in through the exit. And then they told us to stop the ride. So we did what we was told. And then this group comes onto the ride. And all of a sudden, I see, like, they stopped people from exiting. Like, they had them, like, sectioned off to the side so they couldn't leave while they brought this person in. And at first, I had no idea who it was. And then, like, we got them on the ride, and they sitting down, we checking everything, make sure everything's good. And then I look over, and I see this guy trying to take a picture, and I'm like, who is this? And then I'm walking, and I later on found out that it was Joe Biden. Cool. So I got off, when I got off work, before I got off work, I was walking backstage, and I see SWAT, like armed SWAT, like backstage, guns out, just ready for something to jump off. And then, like, I get off work and I'm leaving, and there's state troopers everywhere, like hella state troopers everywhere. And I'm like, okay, he gotta still be here for state troopers to be everywhere. But that's the second person. That's the third person. All right, excuse me. Next person, Chris Rock. I saw Chris Rock. I actually was in a theme park, and me and my cousins and my best friend went to the theme park. One of my cousins they weren't tall enough to get on the ride that we wanted to get on. So we did a rider swap. So, like, some of us went, and they went and got on, and I stayed off with my little cousin. And then when they got off, some of them stayed off, and then me and a couple of my other ones went on. And we waiting, getting ready to get on, and I see the people who work this ride tell the other people that work the ride, like,
hold the next one. Don't load it. Lock your gates.
And I was like, somebody must be about to get on the ride. And y'all, when they was getting on, I did not notice it. I was just like, okay, somebody getting on the ride, cool, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. And they sitting down, and they're like sitting directly in front of us. Like, the rows that we would have got on, that's where they at. And I looked, and I turned my head, and then I, like, did a double take. And I turned to my cousin, I'm like, Mark, is that who I think it is? Like, that's,
He was like, yeah, that's Chris Rock. And da 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 da.
And then we got on the ride and we got off the ride and we ran back over with my best friend and my cousins and all that was. It was like, oh, we just saw Chris Rock. Da 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 da. And they was like,
nah, you lying. You ain't really see him. Stop playing.
It was like, nah, like seriously, we just saw him. Like he got on right before we got on. And they was like,
I don't believe you. And da da da. And we was like, they was like, all right, well come show me. Show me then, prove it.
And we was like, well, he probably gone now, so we can't show you. And then we went back and forth for a little bit. And then we stopped and started trying to figure out what we was going to do next. And as we were talking and trying to figure out what our next move was going to be for what next ride or whatever we was going to do, he walks past with this group of people. And we was like, see, we told you we saw. And like he looked over at us and he said something. He waved at us and he smiled and he was like,
how you doing? Have a good one.
Or something like that. And we was like, see, we told y'all that we wasn't lying, that we actually saw Chris Rock. Boop. Anyways, next, Whoopi Goldberg. I saw Whoopi Goldberg at a different ride, and I was actually working at the time. And they told us that she was there, that she was in the park, and that she was going to be coming to get on our ride. They didn't know when, but they knew she was coming. Okay, cool. So we all just waiting around, and then all of a sudden she comes walking the back way. And we get her on, and she rode, and then she came back, and they was like, okay, they're going again. And I think that she knew that I knew who she was, because she looked at me, smiled and waved, and I was like, oh, snap. She looked at me. She know that I know who she is. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's the story about how I saw Whoopi Goldberg. Quick stories, but still. Somebody else. Number 6, Tracy Morgan. I saw Tracy Morgan. Now, I've seen Tracy Morgan twice. Once was after his accident. Like, he was still recuperating. Like, he had to walk with a cane. He still had a limp, but he was able to walk. And after that, the second time I saw him was recently. And not like real recent, but like a month or two ago. In the park, I was working. He came and got on the ride, and I like saw him as he came by. And the second time I saw him, the guests who were on the ride at the time saw him when he was gonna get off. And they were like, they looked at us and they were like,
is that Tracy Morgan?
And we were like, yeah. And I was like,
no way. They were like, oh, I want to know. I want to talk to him. I want to know this. I want to know that. And da da da.
But of course, we did not let them talk to him or anything like that. By the time they got over to where he was, they had already took him out of back door and got him out of there. Because of course, people knew who he was. When he came in the park, he don't come in like full disguise, like, so you don't see him with the baseball cap and the hoodies and the sunglasses like a lot of celebrities do when they come in the park, so that you don't recognize them. Because the thing about it is, most celebrities when they come in the park, especially the well-known ones, they know somebody's gonna recognize them. They don't want everybody running up to them and trying to get pictures and trying to get autographs. They come in the park to have fun, to live a normal life, to be with their family and friends and have fun. And so some of them don't want to be recognized, but some of them don't care. Tracy Morgan is one of those who don't care. If Tracy Morgan is in the park, you go see that he's in the park. He don't come with all that different disguise on. But anyways, that's number 6. Number 7, Brooke and Robin Lopez. These guys are 2 basketball players. They play in the NBA. They're twin brothers, as you see in the picture. Now, I did not know who they were when I saw them. I was outside at work, and I see these 2 tall-ass dudes walking around with VIP guides, with 2 VIP guides. And I'm like, these dudes gotta be basketball players. Like, they are way too tall not to be basketball players. And they got 2 VIP guides. And like, people are coming up to them asking for pictures and autographs. And then I see the VIP guys like go over and like try to cut that out. And I'm like, these dudes gotta be in the NBA. Like, they way too tall. And I later went home and I asked my best friend about it, because she's like a big fan of basketball, and especially the NBA. And so she knows all these different basketball players and all that stuff. So I asked her, and at first she didn't know who I was talking about, but then we eventually figured out that it was Brooke and Robin Lopez. Here's a picture. Now you know who they are if you didn't know. So, yeah. Next person. I saw Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise caught me off guard, because I did not know that he was there, that he was on the ride. I was at work, and no, I'm not trying to do a video. Okay, so I was at work. Okay, now he got. We're gonna have to try to talk through this, guys. Okay, so he was getting ready to get on the ride. I'll just speak up so to try to drown them out. So he got on the ride, and the girls who were getting off the ride noticed him. And I knew that they knew who he was by the look on their face. So I get them to get off the ride, and he gets on, and I see them try to sneakily pull their phone out and get a picture. And I'm like trying to step in front of them and telling them like, exit this way so they don't get a picture. And his VIP guy realized what was going on and stepped directly in front of them and told them they had to exit. And he got off, and oh shoot, no, that's a different celebrity. That's a later story. My bad. That's a different story. Do I have him on here? Yeah, that's a different story. That's the next story. My bad. Tom Cruise. So yeah, so his story, he was getting off the ride, and the guests, the women and the guys and their husbands, the women and their husbands and all that stuff was getting ready to get on the ride. And he got off, and they knew instantly who he was. And they were like, oh my gosh, Tom Cruise, we love you. Da, da, da. And he stood up and he waved at them, and he got off, and he was like, thank you, and da da da. And then he told us thank you, and he walked backstage. And I ended up going on break after he left, or after he got off the ride. And like him and all his people was in our break room using the bathroom and stuff. And he was speaking to all of us, like cast members, and thank you for what you do. How are you? Hi. He was shaking some of our hands and all that stuff. Tom Cruise was a real cool guy. He had a big group with him. He had his VIP guides. He didn't have on a lot of disguise. He had on sunglasses, but I mean, even with that, you could still tell who he was, kind of. But he wasn't shy about people seeing him. Like, he didn't care about people seeing him. Like, he was speaking to everybody. So he was real cool. The next person, number 9, Chris Evans. This is the story that I was telling you. When he got on, the girl saw him and tried to get a picture, and his VIP guy stepped in front of them and made them exit. And but Chris Evans comes a lot. That's not the first time that I've ever seen Chris Evans. Chris Evans comes quite often, actually. And he is one of the ones who will come and try to come as in a disguise, like a hat and sunglasses. So it's kind of hard for you to get him, but I definitely seen him before. The next one, y'all. This one I was so hype about. This one and the next one. So I was at work and I was standing around in my position where I was supposed to be. And I looked. Y'all know how y'all look and y'all do like a double take because you think you seen something. I looked. That was me. I looked and then I did a double take and I was like, that boy looked like King. And I was like, that boy looked like Major. And I looked and I was like, that is. Y'all, I saw Tiny, King, Major, Deja. Is it Dejanique? Deja? Zanique. I saw Zanique. They were in the park with Tiny and one of Tiny's friends who knew her way around. T.I. was not with them. I wish I would have had a chance to see them, but I didn't. I didn't get the chance to like speak to them or anything like that. And honestly, when we at work, we're not supposed to act like a fan and try to get pictures or anything like that. We're supposed to keep it professional. But the simple fact that I did get the chance to see them, I was geeked. I was hyped. It was cool. The next one, Toya. It was the next two actually. Toya and her daughter Reginae. So I was at work and it was like all of them. It was Toya, Reginae, Rashida, Kirk, what's the other lady name? Candy. I think that's her name. The one that was in the group with Tiny and all them. She was there. Her husband and her kid. Rashida and Kirk had their baby. It was like a whole group of them. It was a whole bunch of them. And they came and got on this ride. And y'all, I was too geeked because I actually had to go around and talk to them briefly. Like, make sure you stay seated. Make sure the kid go in first. Like, all this stuff. And y'all, I'm not gonna front. They held up our ride. They did. Because they decided they wanted to take hella pictures before they actually sat down and strapped themselves in. Just saying. I was hella geeked about seeing them. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go home and tell my best friend who I just saw. Da, da, da. But they did hold up our ride a little piece. They did that. But, and then like, it was these women in line and I knew that they knew who this was. Like, I knew it because I could tell because they was like low-key like, oh my God, that's them. They was trying to whisper it, but I'm like, yeah, boo, that's them. And by the time you get on, they will be gone. Anyways, next. Y'all, this next one was actually recent, like real recent, like last week or the week before recent. This next one, Diana. Y'all don't know who Diana is. This is Diana from the Dancing Dolls, the infamous Dancing Dolls, the TV show, the Dancing Dolls. Diana don't play when it comes to her girls. She don't play. She will chop your ass down. Okay? She don't play the radio. I love Diana. I'm a big fan of the Dancing Dolls. D4L. Hey. But I did see her. I was actually at work and I really wasn't paying attention at first. And I did one of them double take moments. I looked up and looked back and I was like, that looked like the lady from the Dancing Dolls. And she had her VIP guide and they came in and rode the ride. And I got inside when I rotated inside and I saw them again on the ride and I was like, oh, that's her. I was like, but I cannot think of this lady's name. And when I went on break, I looked it up and I was like, that's her name, Diana. I was like, I can't wait till I get off. I'm going to call my mama and I'm going to tell her who I just saw and da-da-da. And I called my mama and I was like, Mom. I was like, guess who I just saw? She was like, who? I said, Diana.
She was like, Diana? Who was Diana?
I was like, Diana from the Dancing Dolls. She was like, oh, for real? Girl, stop lying. I was like, for real? I just saw her. And it was this thing. We had our moment and went back and forth. And it was real cool, okay? It was real cool. And she was actually down here for about a week or so. And it was her husband, her son, and one of her son's friends. And they did, well, I can tell you now because she's not down here anymore. But she did, not gonna tell you the theme parks, but she did 2 theme parks. And she did Medieval Times and she did Fun Spot. And she was VIP for everything. Everything. Okay? That's how you do it. You go come to another state and do theme parks all week, VIP it. Because then you get to go, you don't got to wait in no lines. You get backstage stuff. You get to go straight up to the front. Ain't no plan. She wasn't even playing. Next. I hope this camera's still recording. The next person, Terrence J. Now, this is Terrence J, y'all. I will tell you this. Terrence J, there's a lot of people who look the same on television as they do in person. And the people that I've named so far look the same as they do on TV in person. Terrence J is not one of those people. Terrence J, no shade to him. I'm a fan. Like, I like his movies. Well, it ain't a lot, but I like him in movies, okay? Think Like a Man, I like him in that movie, okay? But he looks, I'm gonna be honest, there's no shade or nothing like that, serious moment. He, in my opinion, he looks older in person than he does on TV. His face isn't as clear, in person as it is on TV. That's no shade. I mean, he's an actor, so of course stuff gets done to his face to make it look clearer than it is. But still, he does look older in person. Still look nice looking, but he does look a little bit older. So it was cool when I saw him because I flipped out just a little bit inside, and when I realized who it was, but then I calmed down. But yeah, so that happened. The next one is Chloe and Haley. Now this is Chloe and Haley, okay? Chloe and Haley, the only reason why I know them is because I know I'm a fan of Beyonce. And if I'm not mistaken, they were on tour with Beyonce, and I've seen them on TV and all this stuff with her and outside of her too. And that's the only way that I know who they are. And when I saw them, they had their big group with them, and they came and got on the ride. They had their tour guide and everything like that. They VIP guide. They had them, and they came and got on the ride. And ain't nobody else know who they was. Let's be honest. Nobody else know who they was. But there's not a lot of people that I work with who would know who they were. If they're not a fan of like Beyonce or something like that. But that's who they were. And it was cool seeing them because anybody, even if you're not a fan of them, even if you don't really know them, well, if you don't know them, then you don't care. But even if you know of them, and even if you're not a fan, it's like, oh, I got to see this celebrity, or oh, I got to see this famous person. You know, I don't know. That could just be me. Maybe it's just me. All right, two more. Somebody else I saw, Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty. So this is Lil Yachty. Okay? Lil Yachty. I saw him. I was at work. And a VIP guy came and opened the back door. And we saw them. And we stopped our lines to let them come through. And this group comes by. And at first I didn't know who they was. I thought it was just some random people who I had no idea about. But as they walked by, I looked, and I knew him by his hair. Not gonna lie, I knew him by his hair. And I was like, that looked like that one rapper. The one boy, I don't remember, I can't think of his name. And at the time, I could picture it, but I could not think of his name. And I couldn't ask nobody that I was working with at the time because they wasn't gonna know who I was talking about. And I got home and I looked it up. I was talking to my best friend and I looked it up and I realized who it was, and I was like, oh, that's who that was. And the one person that I thought would have known who he was really didn't know who he was. But anyways, that's beside the point. That's not important. last but not least, I saw Dietrich Haddon. Now, I was in the park at this time, me and my best friend, and we were walking, and he was getting his stroller, and I guess it was like him, his wife, and his child. And I looked, and I was like, hey, ain't that one dude, that gospel singer? And I was trying to pronounce his name, and I pronounced it wrong. And she was like,
You mean Dietrich Haddon?
and I was like, yeah, ain't that him? She's like,
Yeah, that is him. And she's like, come on, you want to get a picture? And I was like,
no, let's not do that, because some people, like I said, come in the park and don't want to be bothered. They don't want people to come up to them asking for pictures and autographs. They want to be normal people with their family. So we ended up not going and getting a picture and autograph. But yeah, so Dietrich Haddon. So yeah, that was all the people that I have seen or come across while working in theme parks. Okay, all these people I met working in theme parks, not outside of theme park. Well, working in theme parks and being in a theme park is how I've seen or come across them. So that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope this video is still recording. I'm not sure how long it is, but it's probably getting pretty lengthy. So as always, if you haven't done so already, make sure to smash that like button. Don't forget to share this video and subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss another video. And until next time, this is your girl Truly Bree checking out, and I will catch you in the next video.